Hey everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Crys'Dawna. If you are new here, hit the subscribe button. If you're not new here, welcome back, friends and family. So this is part 2 of the first part. So the first video, which I will link up here, I showed you guys how I built this headboard, footboard, side rails, bench, and now I have brought it inside. Let's back up a little bit. I've brought it inside. Don't pay attention to anything back here. We're going to be doing all the things with this one. So if you want to see that, stay here. To prepare this piece, I cleaned it really well with Strip and Clean Greenies. And then I also used Pureco's gray blocking primer. Because I'm going to use some lighter colors, I wanted to make sure that not only I cleaned it, because you can see how gross it was, but I also used a base and blocker on it. So that way the tannins would not come through those light colors. Once my primer was dry, I used DIY's Old 57. This is probably one of my favorite colors. It is kind of like a patina turquoise. I did one coat of this color on the entire piece as the base for where our layers are going to start. The next thing that I did is go in with DIY's beadboard, and I went on the left side of this piece. I want to create a look where it's lighter on one side and goes darker into the other, and so I'm going to add beadboard over top of Old 57 on the left side of this piece. I'm not going to do a full coat, just enough that it covers most of that Old 57. DIY Paint has added a line called Painterly. Right now I'm using the covers Love Language and Extra Electra. I am going to just squeeze a little bit into a cup, and I'm going to mist before I add this, and I am just going to go in random areas and add those two colors together. And then eventually what I'm going to do is, when I mist them, I'm going to start blending them together to make purples. This side is going to be the darker side. As you can see, I continued on and added the two different colors in multiple areas. And when you mist it and you just go lightly over one another, they blend and layer beautifully. So that's one thing I can say about this new Painterly line, is they blend and layer like a dream. The next two colors I'm going to use are called Glow Up and Old Flame. These are almost kind of neon pigmented, and I really, really like them. We're going to put them kind of over to the left going into the right side, so we're going to be layering over top and blending. I picked these colors because once they go over one another, they're going to make other beautiful colors. So when we do Glow Up and we put it over the blue, it's not only going to layer really nice, but it's going to make a green. And the reason why I put the white over on the left is because DIY Paint is clay based, and so once I reactivate that with water and then I blend it with the Painterly, it's going to lighten it up and almost make kind of a pastel. So right now I'm just kind of adding it in different areas and layering it over, and we will eventually take my Crys'Dawna brush and mist it and just blend everything together. I wanted to show you right here. So it's pretty bold, the colors, but when we mist it and we take the brush from when we were using the beadboard and lightly go over top of it, it is going to turn it into a pastel color. So these painterly paints, they can be used in so many different ways. You can blend them, you can layer them, you can turn them into pastels, you could use them just as bold as they are. The possibilities are endless because you can mix them with DIY paint, you layer them, you blend them. It is just, I really am really enjoying creating with them. Okay, so here's the point where we are going to take my Crys'Dawna blending brush, we're going to mist each section, and we are going to go horizontal, back and forth, and what this is going to do is it's going to blend these all together, but because this paint not only blends really beautifully, but it layers beautifully, it's not going to look muddied. But what you want to do in between each portion where you blend it is you want to make sure you wipe that brush off really well so you get any of the excess paint off. That way it's not pooling all over. And we're just going to do this from the bottom all the way to the top until you are happy. After I did this, I allowed it to dry so I could step back and kind of see where I wanted to add other colors. So right now what I'm going to do is use Glow Up, and I'm going to take the brush and just actually mist the brush itself to add a little bit of water, and then I'm going to add it in different areas and just lightly feather it on there and just blend it right into everything. Like I said, these blend so easy. I'm telling you, you guys are going to love it. So what I'm doing also is I'm just going to mist some of the areas and just take that residual paint that's still on the brush and do some dry brushing. And this is where we're going to start building up our layers. I will be doing the same thing with Old Flame, where I'm just adding this in little areas, and I'm going to be dry brushing it over top of different areas as well. I did a little bit of wet distressing so that I could pull back some of the layers, but what I did later on is I ended up using my 3x4 electric ray by Surf Prep and doing a very high grit, super fine sandpaper and just going over the entire piece so that way I could pull back and just show some of those layers. So in the final pictures, you're going to see it. I also sealed this with DIY's clear wax. Okay everybody, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Here is the piece. I'm going to put some staged photos. What's really interesting about this piece is that in different lights, it looks much different. It is very light on this side and goes over darker here, so hopefully you can see it in pictures. You can kind of see it here in the video. I am going to stage this and show you guys what I did. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and until next time, happy creating, and I will see you later. Bye!
Hey darling, can I tell you what's been on my mind? Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city life. Hey darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city. Let's drive to the open countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back someday, baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey, come on now and take my hand. Hey, darling, I love it when it's me and you on the road with a couple of tunes in a car for two. Hey, darling, you know we're gonna have a really good time, driving in the middle of the night when the stars are bright. Pack our bags and get